Hello, welcome to JAV Show. This is Jorge.
And this is Viv.
And welcome, guys. Welcome back.
Hello, welcome.
This is a late post. I think we're posting this like 2 days later than usual, or 1 day later. 1 day later.
1 day
One and a half day later than usual.
Yeah.
Viv's back from vacation, and it's the weekend right before Chinese New Year, so we're just going to talk about what she's been up to, what I've been up to, and then maybe if we have time, a little bit of Chinese New Year's.
Yeah,
I guess we also have next week we could talk about Chinese New Year's.
Some catch-up stuff.
Yep, some lots and lots of catch-up. So we'll start with Viv because she has a lot that I think went on.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so when you left a week and a half ago? Wait, 2 weeks? No, 3. A long time ago.
A little over 2 weeks ago.
A little over 2 weeks ago.
Yes. It was a crazy trip.
Yeah?
Yeah. So bad shit happened throughout the whole week.
Everywhere.
The whole time we were there. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But the wedding was amazing.
Oh, yeah?
But throughout the week, it was crazy.
Wait, can you tell me what this trip was? I don't think I not.
So I went to Cancun for a destination wedding for one of my best friend's weddings.
Okay.
And
it's a 1 week trip? Like
it was 1
days?
week, yeah.
Okay.
Full 7 days. It's very fucking crazy because we all got food poisoning.
Yikes. I've heard stories about this before you came on, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Even the bride and groom got food poisoning. So on the first day, obviously no one felt it just yet.
Yeah.
But on the first day, there was a mix-up with the bride and groom's room and then the decor and gift from the resort for them. And it got sent to somebody else.
Wait, so they didn't even get the room they were supposed to get?
They didn't get the room they were supposed to get.
And then the gift from the hotel was sent to a random
The gift
room.
and the decorations and the cake and the welcome stuff was sent to somebody else.
Holy.
And so that was a huge commotion thing because they didn't even know that they were getting a gift and everything.
Yeah.
Until one of the guests got it.
Yeah.
And the guests thought that everyone got it.
Oh, yeah.
So they
confusing as shit.
Ate all of it.
Oh, my God. I mean, I don't really blame them if I got something in my room that wasn't specific, I'd be like, oh,
if it had the bride and groom's name on it.
Oh, that's different then.
And it said welcome bride and groom on the TV.
Okay, I don't know about that one now.
And I had champagne and a letter to the bride and groom and flowers and stuff.
That sounds. Were these run by Indians?
Well, it's a Mexican resort. I wouldn't think so. You know,
not Indians.
So yeah, that caused a little bit of upset.
Yeah.
Emotions from the bride and groom and tensions and stuff. And then
okay, sorry, just to back it up. Did you guys land at like nighttime or when did you guys get there?
We got there like around dinner time.
Oh, okay.
So not too late. Like, we still could do a lot of stuff.
It was like direct from Edmonton to Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was the first day.
Damn.
And then the next day was when people started feeling sick.
Wait, so first day you guys just arrived, you guys had dinner there?
Yeah, first day we arrived, everyone went into their rooms. After everyone kind of settled in, we had dinner, and over dinner was when we found out that, oh, what the hell?
Oh, it's the wrong room. And
they didn't get the right room.
Yeah.
Somebody got their gifts and everything, and then they ate it, and then the bride and groom were upset with them. And
wait, so did you guys have like a dinner together, or was it like with the?
Yeah, we were all like, all right, everyone at dinner. It was at the buffet. We're all like, okay, let's all just meet up at the buffet at this hour.
Yeah.
We're gonna all eat since we all just got off the flight, and then afterwards we're gonna go get drinks.
Okay, so what do you think caused it from your first night of eating?
I thought it was a sushi at first.
Okay, so there's sushi.
Because there's sushi there, and I ate so much of it, and there's sashimi there.
Eat a lot of that.
I ate a fuck ton because it's clean protein. Fuck yeah. But out of everyone that got food poisoning and the people that didn't, everyone ate sushi.
Okay.
And so there's some people that got food poisoning that didn't eat any sushi or ate very, very little, like one piece.
Okay. So maybe not the sushi.
Maybe not the sushi.
If it wasn't sushi, what else do you think it would have been?
But also, I don't think it's the sushi because some of the people that got the worst food poisoning ate the least amount of sushi or like none at all. And I ate a fuck ton and I only vomited a few times and had like constant stomach through like a few days.
That's still pretty shit though.
But there's people that were like literally out vomiting like for the whole day and diarrheaing and literally would not come out of their hotel room type of thing.
God, okay. Well, if it wasn't sushi, what else do you think it was?
So I'm thinking it's maybe something in the alcohol.
Oh,
Because
tainted alcohol.
the people that didn't, there's some people that just didn't drink at all on the trip and didn't get food poisoning.
Whoa.
And it's mostly some of the like parents that didn't get food poisoning because they didn't drink at all.
Yeah.
But then all the kids, not kids, but all the people in like our group, my friend group, or the bride's friend group, everyone got food poisoning.
Ooh.
And we all went fucking ham with drinking. So I think it might have been the alcohol. That's the one other thing that I can
see. That's when I went. I think I was telling you when I was in Mexico,
mm-hmm.
I didn't have any drinks with milk in it for like the whole trip until the last day because I was like, just in case.
Oh shit!
But like, I'm not saying that's what you guys had.
But it wasn't. For sure. Because I didn't have any milk at all.
Yeah, but like that was the one thing I was like super cautious when I was there. I was like, I'm gonna look out for raw food and milk.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first. Actually, I went straight for raw food, so that. But like, I didn't grab any of like the pina colada or anything. Like, I'm kind of iffy on the milk because I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
I usually don't get. Okay, I only had food poisoning one other time in my life.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah, it was that Vegas trip.
Yeah. Okay.
And then usually on trips, I don't get stomach aches or like indigestion or impacted by food that much. So that's why I wasn't really that concerned about eating sushi there.
Yeah.
And I've also been to a resort before and I ate sushi there and that's completely fine.
Yeah.
So I figured it would be all the same. But then, everyone started coming down with food poisoning and vomiting by lunch the second day.
Wow, it was that fast.
Yeah, it was that fast. And it was like one by one. At first, we were like, we didn't think it was food poisoning. We just thought, oh, that person's just sick.
Yeah.
Oh, oops, another person's sick. And then eventually, throughout the next couple of days, it was like, oh, yeah, it's for sure food poisoning and something that we all ate or drank or whatever the heck it was.
Did you even like say anything to the resort about that or what?
Oh my god, yeah, that adds to it. So after the first night we all drank so fucking much, and maybe that's why it was so intense. For some people the next day, my stomach didn't hurt yet at this time, but near the end of the second day was when the bride and the groom started sick, which is obviously like, because we're all here. And we tried telling the staff. The staff, on the second day was when everyone just started feeling a little more sick, and then, just more sickness and some drama from the first day.
Just from the eating all the stuff that was meant for the bride and groom?
Yeah, and how all that was being handled. And then...
I don't know. I guess I would only kind of blame the people. I would blame the resort more. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of get it.
I think the bride and groom were upset with how conversations were handled.
With the resort or with your friends?
With the friends.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyways. And then so the second day was when the groom's dad went up to one of the restaurant managers and told them, hey, so this is kind of what's happening with our group.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys can do? And then the manager was like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Like tomorrow you guys have a reservation at this restaurant. I'm going to make sure that you guys all are seated together, because originally we had troubles trying to book a table for everyone to get seated together, because for the restaurants at this resort, you have to book a reservation.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Even if it's empty, you can't go in, which is very different from the first resort I went to. Because the first resort I went to, you could just walk in and there was no reservations that you needed to make.
Yeah.
And the reservations had to be made like 8 hours in advance.
8 hours?
Yeah.
Jesus. Like the one I went to, you don't have to make reservations, but you can do it like morning of, and it'll guarantee you a time slot for you.
Oh yeah, it's like you have to do it before 12 basically.
Oh shit, no. And then if you don't, the one I went to, if you don't, you can still walk up. You're just in the wait list.
Oh yeah, there's no wait list. You can't get in if there's no reservation, even if it's empty, which doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. Anyways, so then the manager was like, okay, when you guys come in for your dinner reservations, we're going to make sure you guys are all seated together. We're going to take good care of you guys. There's going to be some good food that's on the house. Like they mentioned lobster.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we'll make it up to you guys. We're so sorry. And then, so the groom's dad was like, okay, like this is the plan, you guys, when you guys go to your reservation, because he wanted to go to eat somewhere else.
Yeah.
But he told everyone else that, okay, when you guys go to this restaurant, make sure you let the manager know, and you say that we're from the vomiting group, because everyone was vomiting by this time, quote unquote. And so we went.
Yeah.
And when we went, whenever we go to a restaurant or anywhere, you have to tell them your room number, just in case you order something that's extra charged or something, so they can know what room to charge it to. And when you make reservations, you tell them your room number so that they can sign you in. So I got there with the bride and groom.
Yeah.
And my reservation was with me and the girl I was sharing a room with.
Yeah.
So I told them my room number, and then my roommate was already in there seated with a few other friends. And they're like, oh, this is for 2 people. And I was like, oh yeah, she's already in there.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, like you need 2 people to walk in. And I was like, no, like she's literally right there. And so I texted her, and she was standing right behind the like entryway.
Yeah.
And she was like waving to me. And then I pointed to her to the host, and I was like, oh, she's literally right there. Like that's the other person on my room. And the lady was like, no, that doesn't count. You need 2 people. Where's your husband? And I was like, what?
Damn.
I'm like, okay, no,
law.
it's literally right. She's literally right there.
You can't be in public without a man.
I know, apparently not. And then she's like, no, you can't go in.
What?
And I was like, what the heck? And then I told her about how the groom's dad mentioned this thing and how we're all seated together.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, no, there's no room at the table for you. And you go over. And for some reason, they were seated at a 6-person table.
Yeah.
And there were 4 people there at the moment.
Yeah.
Or no, it was 3 people there.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's that table that I'm supposed to be sitting at. There's 3 empty seats right there. And she's like, no, there's no room. You cannot just walk in. You can't sit there.
What the fuck?
And then eventually my roommate came over and she's like, oh, okay, Vivian, whatever, just come in. And she like grabbed my hand and we walked in, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I walked past the host.
Yeah.
And then the host came back eventually and was like, no, you need to leave.
God.
And I was like, what the fuck? So then she was like, get up, go, stand outside, go wait over there by the door. And so I was like, what the fuck? So I went up and stood by the door, and then the bride and groom were still in line. So they were like, okay, I'm part of that same table, by the way. This is our room number. We have 2 people under our name, and this is us. We are the 2 people.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about with this manager table thing, but I don't know about it. And I don't know what you guys want me to do about it. So you guys go stand over there outside too. So she told the bride and groom to also stand outside.
God damn, it's their wedding too.
Yeah. And then I was like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Is there no like hotel manager you can complain this shit to?
Oh my God. Okay, let me tell you more.
Oh, okay.
It's so bad. So then after a while, we're like, okay, even if you don't know what's going on, even if she wasn't told about whatever this manager told us, we still have reservations.
Yeah.
So we should still be able to go in. And so after a while of talking to her, she eventually let us go inside. We sat at that same table, and then when we were there, somehow the kitchen staff knew about this thing that the manager promised us.
Yeah.
But he didn't know which table it was for.
Yeah.
So we ended up being seated separately from everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone that came for dinner was all seated at different tables.
Yeah.
The kitchen manager came up to one of the tables.
Yeah.
Which was the groom's like best friends.
Yeah.
It was 2 guys. And was like, hey, so I heard about what happened.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you guys some lobster. We're gonna comp you guys for this. And they're like, oh, okay, but what about all the other tables? What about especially the bride and groom's table? And the guy's like, I don't know anything about that. I know it's at least this table specifically. And it was just 2 guys.
What the fuck?
And then he was like, okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys lobster. And then so those 2 guys came up to us and was like, hey, so this is what the kitchen staff just told us. And we're like,
damn.
Huh? Okay. What the heck? So then the bride and groom asked our waiter and was like, hey, so this is what's everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And why did they get offered lobster if you guys don't know what's going on?
Yeah.
And we're not getting offered lobster. And then the waiter, he was so nice to us before we asked this question. And right after the bride and groom asked that, he was like, lobster is very expensive. I can't give you a discount if you're asking for a discount. And the bride and groom are like, no, we're not asking for a discount. Yeah. We're saying this is the deal, and this is what we came in here knowing. Yeah. So why did they get a free lobster if you guys are saying you guys don't know anything about it?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, no, we can't give you a discount.
Dude, it's like speaking different languages.
Lobster is very expensive. And we're like, we're not trying to ask for a discount. And he was like, okay, I'll ask, but I don't know what this is what's going on. So he went and he came back and he was like, sorry, it's only that table that gets lobster. Oh, you guys don't get lobster. We can give you lobster for 10% off if you really want. And so that pissed off the bride and groom because they're like, we're not asking for a fucking discount.
Yeah.
And then our waiter was like completely cold to us for the rest of the night.
God damn.
And so when the other table got their lobster, they brought it to the bride and groom's table, which was the table I was sitting at, and was like, hey guys, this is your guys' lobster. If anyone should have this, it should be you guys.
Yeah.
And the lobster was burnt.
Oh, can't even do lobster.
I know.
What the fuck?
And then at first I wasn't eating any, and and they were saying that the lobster tasted really bad and it was really mushy, and I was like, okay guys, I think maybe we're just like focusing on like all the negatives here. It's probably just like okay lobster, maybe it's just overcooked and like rubbery or something. But when I ate it, I was actually like, what the fuck?
It's spoiled lobster.
It's like mushy.
It's spoiled lobster.
It's so weird. It was literally like mush, like
spoiled.
uncooked fish type of mush, but not like raw.
I think it's spoiled though.
Maybe.
Yeah, like literally spoiled. Like
yeah,
the shit smells bad already. That's why they cooked the shit.
It was literally charred, like burned, like barbecue char.
Oh my goodness, I'd be so frustrated already at that point.
Yeah. Okay, and
I'm so done
then
with that.
The next day was the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
And at the rehearsal dinner, it was supposed to be a private room.
Yeah.
We were all supposed to be divided into 2 big tables.
Yeah.
And we had this place for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So when we got there, oh, and it was also a set dinner.
Yeah.
So when we got there, for some reason they divided into 3 tables, and one table had only like 5 people there.
The fuck?
And the bride and groom were like, okay, why is this like can you guys reorganize the table so those 5 aren't separated from us?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we can't. You guys only booked for, I think it was like 25 people, so you guys can't move anything around. And then the bride and groom were trying to communicate that we don't have any extra people. We're just trying to get those people to sit with us.
Yeah.
Like how it was originally planned and communicated to us when we organized and booked this whole thing.
Yeah.
But the staff wouldn't let it happen. So they were like, okay, whatever. We'll just have like maybe the parents sit at that table because we need like the wedding party and everyone to really be together. And then there was a random table in the corner, and they let these random people come in and sit there.
What the fuck?
And so the bride and groom went to talk to the staff again, and we're like, hey, so why are there random people sitting in our private room?
Yeah.
And the people were like, we're not going to let that table go to waste.
Dude, it's a private booking.
Yeah, and they're like, this is a private booking. We paid extra to make sure that we have this whole room to ourselves.
Yeah.
And then the staff are like, no, it can't happen. Like, these people have to stay here. They have a reservation, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, so, sorry to interrupt, but is there no manager other than the staff that you...
The manager, like, they were talking to this hostess, a waiter, and a manager, and they were all like, what the heck are these people talking about? Like, basically, like, you guys don't make your own rules type of thing, like, giving us that type of attitude. Okay. So eventually the bride and groom were like, whatever, who cares? These people can sit in here.
Yeah.
Who cares? Whatever. And as we were going through the whole rehearsal dinner, when after we got our entrees, the hostess comes in and says, hey, so you guys have 10 minutes left for you guys to finish eating, and then you guys have to leave because you guys only have the table for this long.
Was it 2.5 hours already?
No.
Oh.
We had like an hour left still.
The fuck?
And we literally just got served our entrees.
Yeah.
And so the bride and groom were like, what? We should have like an hour left. We're supposed to have it until 8:30. What do you mean? And the hostess was like, no, every table is only allotted this much amount of time, and after this amount of time, you have to leave. And they're like, no, we paid for this room. We paid for this whole thing. We paid for like the set amount of time. You can't tell us that we have to leave. We literally just got served our entrees too.
Yeah.
And we have dessert after.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, whether you guys have to leave in 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, we're going to stop serving you.
Damn.
And then, so that made the bride and groom go fucking off on this lady.
Yeah.
And so she was like, okay, let me be right back. I'm going to talk to the staff. And then probably like 15 minutes later, she came back and she was like, oh yeah, okay, sorry, there was a misunderstanding. You guys can have the room, but you guys can only have the room for like, I forgot how much time, but she said it was like 15 minutes less than
so like 8:15 instead of 8:30.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
She's like, but you guys can only have it until then. And they were like, are you fucking kidding me?
God damn, did they ask for their money back?
But they were like so frustrated by this point that they're like, okay, whatever, let's just finish this dinner.
Yeah.
And then the bride was also pissed off because when the hostess came back to say that, she completely ignored the bride and was like, hey, hello, mister.
Oh, yeah.
You guys only get blah, 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 blah. And the bride was sitting like right there. And she's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, they still stopped serving us. Like no waiter, no server or anything. One came in.
Yeah.
And so the bride went out and was like, hey, where's our dessert? Can someone come in and like order drinks and like bring our entrees away and everything?
Yeah.
And then the guy eventually came and did out all that stuff.
Yeah.
When we were leaving, we found out that the other table, they didn't get the set menu. The waiter, when he was asking everyone for drinks, and for the set menu, they tell you what you can order.
Yeah.
And then for some things, like the entree, you can pick between 2 things.
Yeah.
Or the appetizers are all set.
Yeah.
Dessert, you can pick between 2 things. The other table, they didn't know there was a set menu.
Yeah.
And so the waiter just told them to order off of the QR code, which is where the whole restaurant menu was.
Yeah.
And so they didn't get some of the special things that the bride chose and like organized for the dinner. And she wasn't aware of it because she was sitting at the very end of the table until the very end, when she was like, oh, how did you guys like this? How did you guys like that? And then that table was like, wait, we didn't get that. What do you mean? And she was like, wait, it was a set dinner menu. And then the other table was like, wait, what? We thought we were just ordering like regular, like we were at a normal restaurant. And she was like, why the fuck didn't the any of the waiters tell you guys?
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, that was another thing. That was
rehearsal dinner was shit. And then what happened after?
Oh, and also before the rehearsal dinner, the bride was like completely out. No one saw her for the whole day because she was like vomiting her guts out.
Yeah.
The second she walked into a rehearsal dinner, everyone was like, oh God, because her face was so pale.
Yeah.
And she looked sick as fuck.
Yeah.
So she was like super sick during the whole dinner anyways. Okay. And then so the next day was the wedding.
Yeah.
In the morning, they had to reschedule and push back all the makeup and some morning photography stuff because both the bride and groom were vomiting their guts out in the morning. And they like couldn't make any of the morning stuff because they're still like really sick.
Yeah.
So they moved everything back. But luckily, everything else after that, the wedding planners weren't on site until the wedding day.
Yeah.
So they made sure everything went smoothly. So the whole process after the bride and groom actually like woke up and got everything ready, everything else was amazing. Yeah. Smooth sailing, perfect for the rest of the night. The next day, they went to complain to like the lobby to the main staff and told them about everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't the bride and groom specifically. It was the MC and his wife that went. Yeah. Also very, very close friends to the bride and groom. They went to the main lobby to talk to the staff and told them everything that was going on.
Yeah.
And the staff were like, are you guys still sick now? And they're like, no, like it's getting better. And they're like, okay, so what's the problem?
God, but they did tell them about the shitty
they told them everything.
Setup and all that.
And then the front staff was like, okay, so what's the problem now?
God damn.
And so they were like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So they left, went back, and told the bride and groom, and the bride and groom were like, can you just go back and talk to them and try and explain it better, because I think something should be fixed for the rest of the trip here. Like something should be done. Yeah. So they went back to talk to them, and I think the staff were already getting like really fed up or something. Yeah. So they were telling them the whole thing again, and they were talking to like the same lady, but then there was 2 other new people there.
Yeah.
And when they were explaining the whole situation, the lady was like, you know what? Stop talking.
What?
And then the people working at the front counter just left.
And that's it?
And that's it. Like they just literally like just left them. Like, we're not talking to you guys. Stop talking. And so the 2 friends, they're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So they obviously, no one's willing to talk to them, so they left.
Yeah.
Came back later that night to see if there was new people working. There were different people working.
Yeah.
And they told them everything that happened again.
Yeah.
And the staff were like, okay, you guys can get 2 free hydrotherapy coupons. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? And they're like, or our friends were like, just 2, like it's not for us.
Yeah.
It's not just for the, like, yes, the bride and groom should get the 2, but it's like almost everyone in our wedding
they all got screwed.
Thing got screwed over somehow. And they're like, no, you guys only get 2. But if you accept this too, you guys have to sign an NDA.
Oh, dude, I would not.
To say that you can't say anything about this and you can't write any bad reviews or anything about this after you get the 2 free coupons.
Instant bad reviews, man.
I know. And so they were like, what the fuck? No, of course we're not going to sign this.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, we can't do anything for you then.
So you guys all write really shit reviews?
I haven't yet, but a lot of them have.
Haven't yet? I thought it'd be the first. I thought you guys would do it while you're there.
And then after that, bride and groom tried to talk to the staff about their wedding gifts that they never ended up getting.
Yeah.
And the staff were like, we can't give you another one. You only get one chance.
Dude, it just sounds like you guys booked at Motel 8 or something.
I know.
Shit. The fuck? What?
And then we went on an excursion and the staff were like, okay, we're going to bring you into town. We're going to bring you to a nice area. So essentially we wanted to go to the Coco Bongo strip.
Okay, yeah.
But then it was the excursion people were talking to some people in our wedding party, and they got convinced that this one market was better than the strip.
Oh, okay.
And so they told us that, okay, let's all go to this market area instead of the strip.
Okay.
It was a fucking scam.
Oh, is it?
Okay, so
God damn.
We took 2 shuttles to go out into town, into this little town excursion. They brought us to this taco place first, which the taco place was so good.
Yeah. Okay.
Really, really good. But unfortunately, a lot of us didn't order that much or eat that much because a lot of us were still like sick and had stomach aches and everything. And then after that, they brought us to this marketplace. And they're like, okay, we're going to drop you guys off and we'll be back in 5 hours, okay? Because this place is huge. Yeah. And at first we're like, okay, yeah, sure. This will be like, that's fine. When we got there, this place, all they sold was like shot glasses, magnets, keychains, random t-shirts, like souvenir shops like this. And there's probably 50 little market stalls there. Yeah. They all sold the same fucking thing.
Oh, yeah. 50 times. Yeah.
And we couldn't leave the area because the shuttle was going to be back in 5 hours.
So you just sat around for 5
hours?
We
just walked around in circles and then eventually just sat around for 5 hours.
God damn.
I know.
That's frustrating.
And then the rest of the trip went pretty okay because everyone started feeling better. Yeah. And then we didn't have anything else to do. We're all let's just have beach days and pool days. Yeah. And we'll just ride out the rest of the trip because what can go wrong when you have beach days and pool days? Nothing went wrong. Okay. Yeah. And so the rest of the trip was pretty good. We ended up on the last day deciding like, okay, this is the last day. We need something good to happen. Let's go to Coco Bongo. So we ended up going to Coco Bongo. Yeah. We booked a shuttle and fortunately that shuttle went pretty good because they forgot to charge us.
Oh, okay, sweet.
So we made a deal to get charged when we paid for our tickets at the resort, and we were supposed to pay the bus driver when we got onto the bus for the shuttle price, and then pay the bus. We had 2 different buses picking us up and dropping us off. Yeah. So we were supposed to pay the 2 different buses right when we got in, but I think they thought that we paid the resort the fee, and the resort thinks that we were supposed to pay them. So they never asked for it, and we never paid them. So eventually we got that part for free, which. Thank God compared to everything else that happened. And Coco Bongo was like a lot of fun. Yeah. And then we also went to go eat tacos and explore the strip right after too. Yeah. So that part went really good.
Nice. That's good.
Yes. But that was essentially the whole trip. And then I swear this trip is cursed. So this is right before we were about to board. Yeah. The bride's mom went to the washroom and she came out and she forgot her bag in there. And she lost her passport. This was right when we were lining up literally to board.
My God.
And then so they started freaking out. And they're like, oh my God, what the fuck? This is the last thing that had to happen. Yeah. And so a lot of us boarded. Yeah. Except for the bride and groom. Yeah. And they're like, okay, well, obviously her mom's passport is gone. Then somebody needs to stay behind. Yeah. So everyone was waiting for them. They're like running all over the airport trying to find it. And luckily they found a staff person holding her bag and was walking around. Yeah. So they got her passport literally right before they closed the gate. Oh. And then after we detached from the airport and we were like driving to the runway. Yeah. Is it called the runway?
Yeah.
The pilot made an announcement and said that there's a sick person on the plane.
Okay. You're all getting COVID.
And because of this sick person, we might have to divert the plane midway, depending on how sick this person is. Okay. But they're going to talk to the staff and see what they want to do to handle the situation. Yeah. And I swear everyone on the plane was like, just kick the fucking person off the plane. Like, why would we drive halfway and be like, you know what? Actually, never mind. Yeah. This person is too fucking sick to be on this plane. Let's turn around or let's go somewhere else. So eventually, after waiting like think it was like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
they decided to kick the person off the plane.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, not for you guys. You guys still have to divert back, kick him off, and then go back out to the rental.
Yeah.
God, dude, you had a pretty cursed trip. I won't lie.
And then,
Yeah.
okay, not and then, but then on the trip, there was little parts that were like a little annoying too. Because one of the bride and groom's friends brought their kids there, and he's like this 14-year-old boy. Okay? He had a crush on me since the first day.
Yeah, that's weird.
And he kept trying to follow me throughout the whole trip. Like, the whole trip, he would try and find me, message people to ask me, like, hey, Vivian, where are you right now? Or has anyone seen Vivian? Like, whatever. And he kept trying to follow me and, like, walk with me everywhere I went. And whenever I would go back to my building, so everyone stayed at different buildings, or there was a whole bunch of different buildings you could stay at the resort. This kid did not stay in the same building as me. And whenever there was like a lull between moments where I needed to go back to my room, there were several times when I'd go back to my place and he knew what floor I stayed on. Oh. But he didn't know what room it was, and he would just be there waiting at the elevator and would be like, hey, so you want to hang out? Oh, god damn. And oh my god, it was so fucking annoying. God damn. And then there was one of the nights when I was drunk and also feeling sick, and so like I went back and I was vomiting, and my hotel room door doesn't fully close like a normal hotel room door unless you like fully shut it, like slam shut it. Okay. So there's a few times when my roommate and we would like pull the door and think that it's like enough to shut it, and it wouldn't fully shut. So that day when I was vomiting, I ended up like sleeping on the fucking washroom floor because I was feeling so sick. The hotel room door wasn't fully closed, and this kid, because he was trying to find me, he came back to my hotel like building, and then he was exploring all the floors. This is before he knew what floor I was on. He saw this room that was partially open, opened it, and saw that like it was my room and my roommate's room, and like he came in and like grabbed a little blanket and like put it on me. That's weird. And I was like, that's fucking freaky. Like, I know you're only 14. That's weird. But that's fucking weird. And then I didn't know anything about it because I was like passed the fuck out. Yeah. And then like he told my roommate, he was like, hey, so like I was exploring, I had nothing to do, I was really bored that day, so then I went to go see if I could find you guys, and you guys' room wasn't open, and then I saw you guys and you guys were sleeping. God damn. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's and on our beach day, a bunch of us were just chilling on the beach. We got these beach chairs, we put all our stuff on it. I went on this really long walk with Carmen. Yeah. And I left my like button-up shirt on one of the beach chairs that my friends were all just like chilling around still. Yeah. This kid came and he was like, oh, so where's Vivian? And they're like, oh, she's like on this walk, or she's somewhere, I don't know. And he was like, oh, isn't this her stuff? And they're like, yeah, but we're here. And he was like, oh, maybe I should take it just to take care of it for her. And they're like, no, like why the fuck would you do that? We're here. Yeah. And he was just like, oh, but what if she doesn't come back? And they're like, no, like don't fucking worry about it. We're here. She left her stuff here. Don't take it. And then he was like, okay. And he just stood around them and was chatting, and everyone was just focusing on their own stuff, chatting, hanging out. Yeah. When no one was looking, he took my shirt. Oh, goddamn. Like forever? Like you lost your shirt? And so when I came back, I was like, oh, hey, where's my shirt? And everyone was like, what the heck? Where is it? Yeah. And they're like, oh my god, that little fucking kid was trying to take your stuff. He said he was going to take care of it for you. We told him not to, but I guess he took it when no one was looking. God. And so I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This kid is so annoying. And then so the plan was for us to spend time at the beach and then go to the pool after. So then I was like, okay, you know what? Whatever. I have 2 of these shirts. Okay. I'm not even going to bother asking you for this kid because I don't want to see him for the rest of the trip. If I don't see him or whatever. Yeah. And then luckily, I went to the pool first. I went straight to the pool. Yeah. One of the people were like going to stop by their hotel room first. Yep. Before they went back to the pool. And on their way back to the hotel room, they ran into the kid and he was still holding my shirt. Yeah. And they're like, can we take that back? Like, you shouldn't take things that we told you not to take. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm just holding it for her in case so that she doesn't lose it. And they're like, no, we're going to take it back. We're going to go see her right now. And he was like, oh, can I come with you guys? Yeah. And they're like, no. This is a adult only thing. So they took it and brought it back to me. Luckily,
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was so
Dude, can't
annoying.
you tell that his parents?
I
or some
did.
shit?
I told his parents. I was like, can you guys stop making jokes about this? And can you guys like stop telling him to like come hang out with me? Because
Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail. And frankly, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And then his parents were, he only has a mom. And it was only the mom that was there.
Yeah.
And she just kept like laughing it off and thinking it was silly. But she was also MIA for most of the trip.
What do you mean?
Like her son was always alone.
Oh.
And she was always somewhere else. And we would always be like, where's your mom?
Yeah.
Where is she?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, apparently she was out hanging out with randoms.
Oh shit. She's trying to get that dick.
Just trying to find a daddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy.
That sounds like a super annoying experience, to be honest.
It was really fun where it should have been fun. I mean, the whole trip should have been fun. But I'm saying like the wedding itself went perfect.
Yeah, which is good.
Everything was like amazing for the actual wedding itself. But all the other things in between made it so difficult.
I would really hate that. Even just like, not even as a wedding, just as a trip, I would fucking hate. Because I felt like, again, this is not a fair comparison, but when I went to the resort I went to in October,
Yeah.
I felt like if I complained about a single thing, they would fix it right away.
I know.
On the spot, and they would like apologize like crazy and just make sure everything's perfect after that.
I know, exactly. Like that was my first resort experience too. They would be like exactly like that.
Yeah. Like it felt like they were very conscious of
how they treated you, trying to give you the best service ever type of thing.
Yeah. Like when I was at the buffet, like as soon as I sat down, someone already came up to me and was like, hey, do you want something to drink or anything like that? And then like as soon as like I put my napkin on a plate and went to grab something, they would like grab me a new napkin and shit.
Exactly.
It felt like they were there the whole time, ready to like help me with anything.
Yeah, that was my experience too.
Yeah.
During my first resort.
Yeah. But then when you tell me your experience now, it feels like some fucking shoddy ass hotel or something that you guys went to or something.
But okay, if you search it up, it's called the Grand Palladium.
Grand Palladium, guys, we're shitting on Grand Palladium.
Yeah, sorry. I was raving to my friend about how fun my first
Palladium Hotel Group. Okay, Grand Palladium. Probably have to put Cancun here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Costa Mujeres. Yeah, that one.
Okay,
Costa Mujeres. Okay, so yeah, I was raving to the bride before she planned this whole wedding.
Yeah.
About how fucking fun my first resort experience was and how it was so easy because I went also for a destination wedding. But I told her how fun it was, how amazing everyone was, how I made friends with the staff there because like I would see them all the time. They'd be like, hey, Vivian, so how was your dinner reservation yesterday? Or not reservation. How was your dinner yesterday? Or how are you feeling today? Or blah, blah, all that stuff. Like they took care of you so well.
Yeah.
And how I even cooked at a restaurant at one time because I was like, oh, I love cooking. They're like, oh, come to the back to this open kitchen area with me.
Oh, that's
and we'll
cool.
like have like you can play with the grill and everything. So I was like, yeah, fucking resorts do anything to make your experience like over the top.
Yeah.
And so I told her about all this, and so she found this resort, and apparently this resort online, see, 4.6 out of 12,000 reviews.
I would definitely think this would have been good.
And apparently it's one of the top 7 biggest resorts in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it's also new, and it's also one of the biggest resorts in the world.
Yeah.
So it sounds really great, but I'm guessing part of the reason why... Whoa.
What?
I'm just reading this review right here.
Yeah, they got shitty reviews too. But
Okay, so...
Yeah, it looked good on paper.
Yeah, on paper it looks so good.
Yeah.
And it sounds so good.
Yeah.
But our experience was really bad. And I know that we're not the only wedding group that got...
A shit experience? Or I think experience.
Food poisoning. Because there was 2 other wedding groups there at the same time as us.
Yeah.
And one of the friends in our group were just walking and talking about, oh my gosh, should we go get medicine? Or, oh, so-and-so bought Tylenol, blah, 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 all that stuff. Oh, so-and-so bought Pepsid. Maybe we should eat that. Or maybe so-and-so should take that for their stomach aches. Some of the people from the other wedding party overheard them saying this, and they're like, oh my god, you guys got food poisoning too?
Yeah.
Our people from our group got food poisoning too.
God damn.
So we know it's not just our group that got food poisoning. It's a whole nother wedding group that was there that also got food poisoning. And the other thing that I thought was so weird with this resort was that it felt so empty.
Yeah, there's no one there. I mean, is it low season right now? I have no idea.
I'm guessing it's low season.
Yeah.
But also maybe it's because the resort's so fucking big.
Oh, that's true too.
That it feels really empty. But if you wake up before like 10:30, the resort feels fucking empty. There's like no one around at all. It's quiet as shit everywhere.
It's kind of sad or
depressing. If it's around like 11:30 at night, there's no one out. It's quiet as fuck.
That's kind of a depressing vibe.
And there's also no music everywhere, which I think is kind of weird because the first time I went to a resort last time, there's like speakers everywhere. They're playing music like everywhere and there's like lights everywhere. At this resort, there's none. There's only speakers by the pool.
Oh, really? Yeah, that was similar to my experience. There's speakers everywhere. There's always music. There's lights in most places. The bar was open 24 hours.
Bar's not open 24 hours.
Really?
Bar closes around like 10:30 or 11:30.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, ours it doesn't close. The one I went to. Like it just doesn't close. It opens till whatever and it just stays open.
Room service is over at 10 p.m.
What?
After that, you have to pay.
Oh. What the fuck?
And room service opens at 11:30.
Okay, so
in the morning.
What you know a little bit about resort? Do you guys think? Okay, I assume the bride and groom didn't cheap out. It was just a shit experience.
No, I think it was
just
a shit experience.
Average price, or maybe even higher than average price for a resort. Or
it was like $2,700 a person
with flights though, right? And shit.
With flights.
Okay, that's a lot of money though.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. Yeah, what the fuck? I feel like you guys got a shit end of the stay. I mean, I feel like that's an average price for a week.
Yeah. Average price for a resort.
It's not cheaping out. It's like a very average price, and yet you guys got fucking a pretty shit experience.
Yeah.
So, like, do you know who they planned it with? Like the hotel directly? Or is there like
it's with Sunwing and with these wedding planners.
Oh, so it's like Sunwing and wedding planner combined together to help you guys create this experience.
Yeah, I think that's what they did.
Shit, man. I would totally talk to Sunwing about it.
I think they should too.
I mean, I don't know what one person can do, but I assume if there's enough complaints,
if there's like 45 complaints,
someone might just take them off their list of people they send or places they send people to, right?
For sure.
But it seems kind of sketchy ass experience. Cause I'm just trying to think like why. Obviously, other people has had good experience there, so I wonder why it's so bad for you guys. Right?
Yeah. Like it could be one off, but it's kind of weird how it's one off for like so many people.
Yeah.
And then even if it's one off for your customer experience part of it, the food poisoning of it is still like a huge concern.
That's huge. That's like, I mean, if it was in America, you could get like sued for a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Mexico, I don't know what the rules are there of like those type of things.
And then the other thing that I thought was strange was there's so many limitations for what is considered all inclusive at this resort.
Oh yeah.
So there were a lot of things that they're like, oh sorry, for that you have to pay, or for that you have to pay. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's crazy.
Like at my first experience, I almost didn't even hear about, oh, this you have to pay, that you have to pay, unless you're really trying to get really exclusive services.
Yeah, like for me it was only, I think like very, very exclusive beach things to rent but like even the paddleboard you could rent for free as long as you have the wristband of the resort, right? The restaurants, all the restaurants I went to, there was nothing that was extra except for wine. Like if you buy a whole bottle of wine or like a special glass of wine.
Same with here for the wine specifically.
Yeah, but like there wasn't any special food. Like it was like just, there's no special food. This is the menu.
You don't hear about everything or everywhere you go at this resort, you can see stuff that costs extra.
Oh.
Like these are the stuff that's included.
Yeah.
If you want these things, then these things cost this USD.
Yeah, oh, that's weird.
Which felt so weird.
Yeah, because like even for us, like alcohol was completely free. You can order as many things as you want. Food, there was nothing other than ordering a special bottle of wine. There's like everything else was included, and then excursion is a different thing.
Yeah, excursions are different.
Massage different, obviously.
Massage different, yeah.
Like photography is different. Like if you want to get like a photographer out there to do pictures for you. But other than that, everything else when I went was
like here at the restaurants on the menu, you have like a regular menu. You have everything that's included.
Yeah.
And then there's always a back page that shows like a whole list of things that you have to pay for.
It feels so bad because you paid and expected an all-inclusive experience.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I don't want to have to pay more for something else I've already paid.
Yeah.
Like,
and yeah, even at the bar.
Yeah.
they don't have like a menu, but I learned that on all of them, inside the resort, if you ask for some specific drinks, even if it's not just bottle, they'll be like, oh, sorry, that one costs like this USD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because like,
it's most of the drinks that are inclusive, but if you ask for, say, like sangria, even if it's not the bottle, they'll say, oh, sorry, you have to pay, I think it was like 3 USD per cup or something for that. Really? And I was like, what the fuck?
That seems kind of weird. Because for me, like, I could go up to the bar and I'd be like, can you make me this? And like, I don't know how to make it. I was like, oh, can you mix this and this? And he'll be like, okay, sure. And then he'll just mix it.
Exactly, right?
Just give it to me. I was like, okay, sweet.
But here they say, we don't have that, or we don't make that. And we're like, oh, but can't you just mix this and this and this? And they're like, oh, sorry, we don't do that.
God damn. That's frustrating. I feel for you. Or I feel for the bride and groom especially.
They also didn't have limes.
That's really weird.
Which is fucked.
That's really
fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
They only had lemons.
So like you couldn't get a mojito? Mojito's lime, right?
Yeah.
Lime and
mint. They put lemons in all of it.
That's not a mojito anymore.
Yeah.
That's a lemon.
And it was kind of gross too. This probably has nothing to do with the resort.
Yeah.
In a way. But when they would pass out the little container that has limes in it, or not limes, lemons in it, some of them, people put their bitten lemons in it.
Oh, that's gross.
So when you're grabbing it, you have to like
go through and find the non-bitten ones. That's fucking gross. Oh, that's so yikes. That's weird. I wonder, I'm curious if it's like a new hotel or something.
It is new, apparently.
Wow, that's so weird. I feel like this area, Playa Mujeres, the woman beach, I assume like there's more than one hotel there, right? Like I think when I went, there's like a bunch of hotels there.
You can walk to the next resort within like 5 kilometers ish.
Oh, 5 kilometers. Like ours was like stacked side by side.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there was like if you want to walk down the beach line, you're gonna see resort after resort after resort after resort, right? And
you can kind of see that with us, but they're like a little, at least between this resort and the next resort was a little bit spaced out. But then between the next resort and its neighbor, they're all a little bit more closer together.
Oh yeah, ours was like stacked. So like if you wanted to go for a walk, it'd be like busy everywhere. Right? Like you walk down the beach and there's just like people everywhere, which is I guess why it's not as private as other resorts, right? But it's kind of cool too because you get the vibe. Everyone's just chilling and hang out. And then, I mean, you're not supposed to, but you could walk into another resort and then if they see your wristband, they might stop you and shit. But like in our resort, they had the resort staff like organizing like beach volleyball games, like getting people to come together and play and stuff. And then some other people from some other resort came and wanted to play, and they're like, just come in and play. Like it's whatever, right? Like to them, it doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah,
so they're like, just come play, right? So that's kind of cool. But yeah, yours is kind of isolated, right? Where yours is.
Okay, I rented a fucking volleyball one of the days from this one building by the pool. Yeah. And they're like, okay, as long as you bring it back before 5:30.
Yeah.
Then you won't have to pay. We won't charge a room. And I was like, okay, sure. So then I put down my name, put down the room, grabbed the ball, went to play in the pool with it. Yeah. And I was telling some of my friends there about how I rented the thing, and they're like, oh, it's only for an hour though, right? And I was like, no, it's until 5:30. And then they're like, oh, I was told when I rented this that it was only for an hour.
The fuck?
And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah. And when I brought it back, they're like, okay, we're gonna have to charge a room for this for the other people, because they brought it back like a little bit later than an hour.
What? A little bit later than that's crazy.
And then
dude, you can't even have fun in an hour.
And then I was like, what? But I was told 5:30.
Yeah.
And then, which was like 3 or something plus hours.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know, maybe we should go check. So then at like 4:30, I went back because we were leaving the pool anyways. And I walked to the building. They were fucking closed. So I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not going to get this ball charged to my room just because you guys fucking closed when it's early too. So then I went to the bar and I told them, I was like, hey, so I rented this ball and they told me to bring it back by 5:30, but the place is fucking closed.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh, here, let me go and unlock it for you. Yeah. You can just go in and then try to find the book.
And scribble
your name out. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
You should help everyone else. Scribble everyone's name out.
You're right.
Burn the fucking book.
So then the guy walked with me, unlocked the door, and it was just like, oh yeah, just pull the door after you're done. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went and put my ball on the floor and tried to like look around and find the book, and I found the book and I just scribbled my name out. And I'm like,
that's so sketchy.
What the fuck is a service?
What the fuck? That is so sketchy. For ours, when we were playing beach volleyball, so they gave us a ball to play with, right?
Yeah.
And then we kept playing, and I think the staff was like, oh, we got to go somewhere else. So they just left, and then we just had the ball, and we're like, okay, we'll just keep playing. And then when we were done, we're like, free ball, I guess.
Oh shit! Amazing.
It's just a fucking ball here. So I think someone just left it on the court, and we all just walked away. We're like, fuck that shit. We're not gonna give it to anyone. But yeah,
that's
so weird. They're so stingy on that shit.
Kind of weird, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Something's wrong with this Grand Palladium Select Costa Mujeres. Definitely something weird about it. I would advise people
for sure.
I don't think this is. What's the thing? It's not slander, is it? No, it's not. It's all true.
These are
factual events.
Factual, true experiences.
Yeah. We're not saying everyone experiences. We're saying you experienced this.
Yes.
And you...
This is my experience.
Yeah.
With what I heard was also a shared experience.
Yeah.
With people of my group.
So what we're posting on this podcast is not slander. It's literally just an experience of something, which I don't think you can ever get sued for. You can get sued for slander, but that's usually if it's...
you guys.
If it's false, right?
Yeah.
If it's fake and it's negative, then you can get sued for it. But if it's real...
I think it also depends on how you say it, too.
Oh, like if you, like, play it bigger than it is kind of thing?
Kind of, but if you're also going up and saying, yeah, you guys fucking suck, you guys blah blah blah.
Yeah. But I feel like, okay, so I might be wrong about this because I'm no lawyer or anything like that, and I'm not really in the public communication space, but yeah, I think there might be something wrong if there's also ill intent. But if it's I mean, if you're just saying this is what happened, like this is exactly what happened from my eyes,
yeah,
I don't think that's ever not allowed, I guess.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, it feels bad for that experience. You know, I've always wanted a destination wedding too. Now I'm like contemplating maybe Mexico's not the place to go. But maybe it's just this one resort too, though.
I think it's probably just this one resort.
Because I think I've also heard very good things about Mexican like resort.
Yeah. Okay. The first wedding I went to, the first destination one.
Yeah.
Was so fucking fun. All the staff went above and beyond to service us, and everything was so clean. Food was really good. No one got sick. Alcohol was fine. The staff was like so generous with trying to make our experience really good. I became friends with some of the staff. I would be like, "Oh, hey, Pablo, blah 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 blah. Do you have this? Do you have that?" Everything was just great. And apparently for the bride and groom, they also said their whole experience was great.
Yeah.
They had a swim up room.
Yeah.
And so we all hung out in there, and they were able to ask some for like their parents to get free upgrades to also get a swim room beside them. Like everything was just fun as fuck.
Yeah.
And amazing.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no complaints. Nothing bad happened at all that whole trip.
Yeah, that's weird. Did you have to tip a lot, or did you usually just not even tip? You're like, fuck this, guys.
I tipped every single time I got a drink or like a treat.
Every single, like $1?
Yeah, just
like
$1.
A US dollar or a Canadian dollar?
US dollar.
A lot of money.
And then at a restaurant, but I didn't tip at that one restaurant where we kept getting at the beginning when we got like kicked out, and then we're told like, oh, the lobster, blah blah blah. We didn't tip at all for that one.
Yeah, see, we tipped.
Oh, and we also didn't tip at the rehearsal dinner.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, also at the rehearsal dinner,
yeah,
they let these fucking performers come in, and do advertisement.
What the fuck?
They were like, "Oh, hey, we're doing a show on the street right now. You guys want to come watch after you're done your dinner?" And I just told them, I was like, "No, we're doing a private rehearsal dinner. You guys can't come in here."
Yeah.
And the lady, I don't think she understood what I was saying, so she's like, "Oh, give me a second." So she went out, came back in, and brought her friend. Like this person in like full costume, like Cirque du Soleil costume and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, you guys hear the flyers? Like come see our show, blah, blah, blah." And I stood up and I was like, "No, you guys can't be doing this. We're having a rehearsal dinner. This is a private dinner.
Yeah.
You can't be advertising your stuff." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And they just left. And when they left and opened the door, the fucking staff that were serving us were just standing right there. And I was like, "Why the fuck did you guys let these people inside?"
Yeah, I feel like whoever the fuck was like organizing on the hotel side sucked ass. Like they didn't have any special mention or like made sure anything went well. That's pretty crazy. That's wild. I feel for you guys and your experience because it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I do admit.
It was very bad.
I wonder what's the next place then. Is there a better place than Mexico? Should we ban Mexico? From our personal experiences.
I don't know. Well, I've only had 2 experiences with resorts, and they're polar opposites. This one was bad in terms of service and everything, and food was like meh. Yeah. And the first one, fucking amazing. I thought it was sick. I thought destination package weddings were amazing, easy planning. Everything was amazing and so much fun.
I felt like for me it was average. Like the service was great. I felt like the food was average. It wasn't like really, really good food or anything.
Oh, I thought the food at the first resort I went to was actually really fucking good.
Fuck.
But this one that I went to just now was pretty average, I would say. There's nothing that really stood out.
I don't know. Maybe it's time to. Maybe some other poor countries got to find a better way of getting these resorts.
Do a destination wedding in like Asia. That'd be fucking sick.
Really? I think wouldn't that be like extremely expensive?
Oh, like what if you do one in like Thailand? It's not expensive.
You don't think so? Isn't the whole point of destination wedding? It's like cheaper, allegedly.
Well, not for the guests, but like.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm fully aware of that part.
But maybe for you, yeah. I think Thailand's pretty inexpensive, aside from the plane ticket there. Especially if you go to a resort.
I wouldn't want to do it unless someone's planning all this shit too.
Okay, also, yeah, for the planning part, the first bride and groom, when I went to the first destination wedding, they said it was really fucking easy. They said like, oh, we just spoke to the resort. Yeah. We spoke to a wedding planner. They showed us the packages and what the packages included, and we essentially picked it, and that's pretty much it.
So does this one resort not have many weddings?
I don't know. When I was there were 3 weddings that was happening, including like my groups.
Yeah.
So I guess that is a lot. I guess within a week.
Yeah. You seem shitty at it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I feel like there are some that might be like better for that, and some are better just for like a normal resort stay, a normal vacation, and there might be some that are like specializing or not specialized, but they're just better at it. Right? Yeah, they have a name for it.
I think so. And then for this one, apparently the bride and groom didn't get any discounts like at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would be my first red flag.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo.
Like not a single dollar. The groom said there was like not a single dollar that they saved here when they got this package.
God damn, that would have been my first red flag. You're telling me I'm bringing all these people here for a giant party for all this business and I don't get a single fucking dollar off?
And they also said for the wedding package, you could just basically pick the package, but then everything else, it's not necessarily a package. They're like, you pick between 3 packages and it's just 3 different categories of stuff for you to pick everything from. Yeah. So it's not that easy. Like they said they had to go in and talk and plan literally every detail of the thing out as if it wasn't a package.
Fuck that.
Versus the first wedding was like, oh yeah, no, they just gave us a couple packages to pick from. Not a couple, like a few packages to pick from. And we just said this one, and this one came with this color napkins, this blah, 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 this.
Minor customization maybe.
And then but everything else set to go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel like those are the ones that are like, they churn out weddings. So they know exactly, they know how to they know how to change things for the American wedding, if that makes sense, right? Not even change things, but they just know how to do an American wedding of what we want and what we desire and all those things. Whereas this one feels kind of iffy.
For sure.
How was because I know you're a big germaphobe, how was sharing a roommate and vomiting and stuff?
Oh my god. Okay, so first of all, we also had issues with our pillow sheets being dirty.
Oh, that's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Like, we had to consistently press. There was a light outside our bedroom door to say, like, oh, I for sure want housekeeping or things like that. Yeah. And we had to press that every single time because I would notice, like, a mascara stain on one pillow or, like, just, like, some sort of, like, makeup stain or dirt stain or hair or something. So almost every single day, I had to request for them to change it again. Or like on a towel, I would request them to change it again. Or like at the beach, some of the towels that we rent, I would unroll it and it would seem like a perfectly nice towel because it's all rolled up and everything, right? But I unroll it and there's literally like tahine on it. Oh. And I'm like, okay, this clearly means you didn't wash it all. You literally just rolled it back up.
Oh, that's pretty gross.
Because tahine would be washed out.
Yeah.
For sure. If this was washed at all.
I think I always remember mine. At the place to pick up the beach towel. Yeah. It was warm when I picked it up. And then it smells like laundry when I picked it up. So I was like, oh, this is a nice towel.
But yeah, so I don't think this place was like clean at all. Oh. And I think it doesn't help that it was really fucking humid. Yeah. And so our bed was like partially damp the whole time. Like it felt like, you know, when you wash clothes and you leave it in the dryer or you leave it in the wash and you don't like move it to the dryer fast enough and it kind of like smells like your washing machine-ish.
Like sock.
Yeah. Like that. So it smelled funny, and it was also kind of like half damp the whole time. I would say the damp part isn't really on the hotel, but it's because of how fucking humid it was.
But didn't your room have AC the whole time?
Okay, so it had AC.
Yeah.
But in a bunch of our AC, or in a bunch of our rooms, specifically and especially the bride and groom's room, it was leaking.
Oh, so it's not working.
Yeah, not working enough. So in the bride and groom's room, they had a bucket on the floor near one of the areas because the ceiling kept dripping. Oh. Because of the AC.
Because I remember when I went, I was like, our room was cold.
Yeah, like not a factor at the first resort I went to. So
there's zero dampness because it's so cold, right?
Yes.
So I was like, oh, it's so chilly in here. Like I had to like sleep with blankets and shit because it was like nice and cold.
Mm-hmm.
But
I wouldn't say our room was hot at all. Like, yeah, I didn't notice it at all. If anything, it was actually a little bit cold at night because I think the blanket is so fucking light.
Yeah.
But everything was still moist.
Oh, that's pretty gross, actually.
Yeah. Like the first night, not the first night, I think it was the second night, I asked my roommate, I was like, did you spill something on this bed earlier?
Yeah.
And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, it just feels like slightly damp. And she was like, oh yeah, my side too. And I was like, okay, so maybe it's the humidity.
Wait, what if that's how you guys got sick? Is all the mold?
I don't know, maybe. But then not everyone got sick.
Oh, that's true. But not everyone got shit rooms either. Or not
that's
shit rooms, sorry. Damp. Because like, okay, the reason why I keep saying it's cold is what AC does is it takes moisture out of the air. Right? So usually AC'd rooms are very dry and cold. Because,
but this one is like cold but not dry.
Yeah, so like it's half working, but the whole part, the worst part about it being damp and stuff, and if it's a little bit warm, that's where mold starts growing. That's where you get the mold smell. So if you get the mold smell in your like sheets and stuff, and you get the mold in you, that's when you get really sick.
Maybe.
Right?
Could be.
But yeah, that's true though. Not everyone. So then it can't be completely that factor. But
something that I wish I would have been more proactive on, which I don't think I would have been able to foresee and shouldn't even need to do anyways, is that because I'm like a germaphobe, whenever I go on any trip at all, I bring pillowcases with me.
Yeah.
So that I could put a pillowcase on the pillow and so I could sleep.
Yeah.
Rest assured that my face isn't digging into whatever
like
pillow. And I know my sheets that I bring are 100% clean. Okay.
Yeah.
I brought 2 pillowcases on this trip.
Yeah.
By the end of the trip, they both smelled so fucking bad.
You just threw them away?
No, well, I still brought it back so I can wash and like use it and whatever the fuck. But then I was like, oh, I should have brought more.
Oh, that's.
I ended up using some of the t-shirts that I didn't wear instead.
And threw them away?
No, like I still used it. Like I didn't wear them, but I'm still gonna like wash them at home. But I used it to like cover my pillow because my pillow was like slightly damp and it like smelled.
Yeah. That's weird. That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
That like when I go on some trips, especially Asia, I sometimes cheap out on Airbnb and stuff. And like I might get a little bit of that experience. And I'm kind of okay with it. It's like, this is what I paid for.
Yeah.
Like we specifically paid less money for this so we can spend more money on like food and other stuff. But to have that at all inclusive is kind of weird.
Right.
Pretty fucked. I feel bad for you guys.
Like the damp part, I don't mind so much because okay, maybe it's humidity and you guys just can't fucking control it. Because on even the wedding day, when everyone curled the hair and stuff, the curls don't fucking last even 10-15 minutes. Like as I was doing my hair, if I was done my right side and I was working on my left side, my right side would start going straight.
Wait, doesn't that depend if you have naturally straight hair, right?
Yeah, but then it's like literally I'm curling my hair and it won't stay curly at all because it's that fucking humid.
But for some other people, it's the opposite, right? If they try to straighten their hair, it'll curl because of all the dampness. Right?
But then also when my hair was straight, it was like frizzy the whole time because it was that fucking damp. So for the dampness, I don't blame the hotel so much because I think it was like really fucking humid during that time.
Yeah. But
I mean, for the cleanliness of the sheets and stuff, that's 100% hotel. And I know it's not specifically just exclusive to the bedding, but also like just how they run their whole resort.
Yeah, they have
because if the towels that you're randomly getting are also dirty, then like what the fuck?
That's weird. Did you see? Okay.
And it's not dirty in a way that's like, oh, maybe this stained and couldn't get out of the wash when they were washing it. But literally like, okay, this 100% looks and shows that they didn't put any effort at all.
Yeah, you're right. I feel bad. I feel bad for the bride and groom. How'd they feel after, I guess? Are they trying to do like a makeup thing or no?
I don't think so. I think they're just tired. And
because I know some people have like a wedding destination wedding, but they also have like a little party when they get back here too.
Well, they had a tea ceremony here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's it then.
Yeah, I think it's it.
That's nice. Well, I mean, congrats to them at least for.
Yeah, congrats to them. The wedding day.
Wedding and stuff.
Aside from them being sick in the morning, wedding day went perfect, amazing. Everything was great.
Yeah, that's good. That's the most important part, I think. But the rest sucked that it didn't work out well for you.
Yeah.
Anyways, on the Mexico trip, what's up in you?
I've been just busy working. I also got a tattoo yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
This is possibly the most meaningful tattoo, or on par with the most meaningful tattoo that I have.
Oh.
At the moment. Yeah.
I thought it was the opposite.
Like the least meaningful?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so it's because I didn't tell you about the story of why.
Oh, okay,
Before we got on this podcast, I showed Alvin this tattoo, and yeah. So it's a tattoo that says it's okay.
Okay.
But it's designed in a way where it's only half of the word. Visually, like half of the word.
Like imagine it's okay, and the top,
you chop off the top half.
Top half is gone. So it's like the bottom half of I, the bottom half of T, the bottom half of S, the bottom half of O, etc., etc.
Yeah. So that's what I got. And the reason why I got this is because when I was younger, I used to cry like all the fucking time.
Okay.
And cry about like family stuff, cry about life stuff, cry about parent stuff, all that stuff. And then every single time I would cry, I would always wish that for one day there'd be somebody who can come and tell me that, okay, it's okay that you feel really sad. It's okay that you're going through these things. It's okay that you feel really weak right now.
Isn't that
and
Jesus?
It's okay to cry. I wasn't religious, and I still am not religious, okay? But I would think that because I couldn't say that to myself in a way that was reassuring or gave enough weight, had enough weight to it, I would always wish that somebody would come and tell me one day that it's okay to feel these things and to be this sad.
Yeah.
And to cry this much.
It's okay, Viv.
And then shut the fuck up. And then sometimes whenever I was really, really sad, I would get that reassurance from like my dad or from random friends throughout the years.
Okay. Yeah.
And so whenever I hear somebody say something like, oh, it's okay to cry or it's okay to be sad, it would touch me a lot more deeply than your average person or than what people would think, because it was kind of the thing that I would always put a lot of my focus on whenever I was sad. I would be like, it's okay, this is okay, it's gonna be okay. And I would always just repeat those words. So I told myself one day that I was like, okay, one day when you fully feel with full conviction that you are happy and you can tell yourself it's okay and believe it, and it will have more weight than if anyone else told you that, then I want you to get a tattoo of it, because I have always loved tattoos, okay? And like 99% of my tattoos have meaning to it. And so I think it was last year I had a random...
You don't have 100 tattoos.
Okay, 99%. Okay, no, okay, I get what you mean.
Wait a second.
There's one tattoo that has no meaning, which is this little flower thing.
Like 20%.
Okay, anyways. So last year there was this random day I was driving to work. It was a random Tuesday.
Yeah, okay.
And I was driving to work, and as I was driving to work, I was just reflecting on things, and I thought, holy shit, I'm actually really fully happy now.
Okay.
Like fully okay. There's nothing that's weighing on my mind. There's nothing that I feel like I need to heal from, or like big issues in my life. I actually feel like I'm the happiest, most confident, most secure I've ever been, ever.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And the best part of it was that that realization happened on a random Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was going to work. I was going to have a very normal day.
Yeah.
I had nothing to look forward to. There wasn't any, oh my God, it's because I'm going on vacation soon. Oh my God, it's because this big thing is happening. Oh my God, it's because this is coming up. It was literally a regular fucking day.
Yeah.
I had nothing big happening. I had nothing coming up. I had no exciting big thing to look forward to. This is a regular day in my life.
Yeah.
Which I think means even more, because it means your everyday gives you that much happiness and you feel that much satisfaction from your everyday life and from something very mundane. And that means that, to me, that I've reached the point that I wanted to reach.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
What?
I thought you were going to say, like, I crashed my car, but I realized it's okay. And
No, what the fuck?
You're like, it's okay. I can deal with it. I'll just get this tattoo.
No.
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking at the moment. I was like, when you said it's a normal day, I was like, oh, I thought you're like getting
building up to something.
Yeah. I was like, you saw a fucking fire truck.
I saw Jesus, and that's when I was like, today's the day. But no, I think because it was a random day, that means even more to me.
I see.
Because it's a random day in my life that had nothing fancy happening in it. I was literally gonna go to work for 8 hours.
Wait,
do all my regular things.
Even more if it was a bad day? It was a bad day, and you can say it's okay. Be happy, or not be happy, but like be okay about it.
But I've already had that feeling. So I've already gone through a whole bunch of moments by myself where I'm like, oh, it's okay. And I've realized that me telling myself it's okay has enough weight.
Okay.
And it feels more reassuring than if anyone else told me that.
Okay.
But it was just a random day when I wasn't intentionally trying to reflect on things. And I was literally just driving to work, having whatever random thoughts flow into my head.
Yeah.
And that's when I had that realization. I felt like that meant a lot. And so since that time, I was like, oh my God, this is the moment I've been waiting for and I've been working towards like all my life. And ever since that day, I was like, okay, I want it to be a hand tattoo. But I'm going to
why the hand?
Because I see it every day. Most of my tattoos, I don't see like at all. Yeah. Because they're all in places that are like on the outside of my body or in somewhere where I can only see if I look through a mirror. Yeah. But except for my hand one.
Yeah.
Like even this one on my arm, I do see it, but it's still from my peripheral. It's still on the outside.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So from my peripheral, I only see like this edge of it.
Oh, you're just choosing repeatedly your arm.
No, it's literally like.
Okay.
I literally can only see this outside part of it.
Can you go like that?
Okay. Well, how often do you do this?
I stretch my arm all the time.
I'm saying on a regular basis, I literally only see like my hand tattoos out of all my tattoos. So that's why I want it to be on my hand. Yeah. And since that day, I've been waiting and kind of contemplating different ways I can.
Different fonts,
different placements. I should do wingdings.
It would have been so meaningful.
Yeah, different fonts, different placements, and all that stuff until I found one that I really feel like I like. And then after I thought of this one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna.
Wait, what's the meaning to the half thing?
Okay, so it was two things. One is that I don't want any of my tattoos to be perfectly legible, so I have a lot of font on me. Or a lot of text on me.
Is that what people like? People like non-perfectly legible?
For me.
Oh, okay. I see.
I don't want other people to be like, since this is on my hand.
Yeah.
And I feel like other people are going to see it a lot too. I don't want people to be like, why does it say it's okay on your hand?
But isn't people going to say that anyways?
Right? I feel like from this direction, it's not legible.
That's true. It looks like someone fucked up.
It looks like random. I don't know what it looks like. But because it's half the text.
Yeah.
From somebody else that's facing me, they can't read it as easily.
Oh, I see.
So for that, I like that part.
Okay.
And then for my side, I feel like even if I show someone, it's not perfectly legible like right off the bat. Like you have to look at it for like a second for you to get what it says.
So you just want something secretive?
A little bit more secretive, yes.
I see.
And then I chose to do the bottom half because I'm a very glass half full type of person. I think I'm overly optimistic. Okay, I told Alvin this part at the very beginning, and he's like, "That he basically thinks it's gay as fuck."
This just doesn't make sense.
It makes sense to me, okay?
That's true.
And so that's why I used the bottom half.
That is the most important part, but it just doesn't make sense.
So that's why I got this tattoo.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why this is on par with the most meaningful tattoo I have.
It's still like okay. I don't know. I'm just trying to logic it, but like, wouldn't glass half full mean you get the top half?
No.
Glass half full?
To me, I picture, okay, if you have a glass that's literally half full.
Yeah.
If I get the top half, that's the half of the glass that's empty.
Okay.
That has the air side. If I got the bottom half, that's the part that has the water in it.
Yeah, but the emptiness is void, right? So that means yours is like full on the bottom and void on the top.
Okay, I get your point, but this is why I did this, okay?
I see. Okay. To make it very controversial and confusing. Which is good. Like, I mean, it's good for conversations, I guess.
It's for me.
Talk to people about it.
Yes, I like it. I like it quite a bit.
That's good. It's good that you like it. It's okay, Viv.
Shut the fuck up. I don't need this shit no more.
I don't think so, dude. I think that was one of my... I remember one of my first relationships. That was the one I said the most.
It's okay.
It's just like, they'd just be crying. I'm like, it's okay. That was before I learned the "that sucks" phrase. It was the pre.
Oh, so you graduated to "that sucks."
Right? Back then, I'm like, oh, it's okay. You know, you don't have to cry about spilled milk or some bullshit like that.
Do you think you have another level to graduate to in terms of comfort? Phrases of comfort?
No, I don't think so. I think the next level might be like, you're gay. Or something. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. Like, it literally used to always be, it's okay. And I think, like, really close to the end of that relationship, she's like, you know,
you suck.
Really close to the end of the relationship, I think I finally learned that, oh, they just want to rant. And just want me to respond to the rant. They don't actually want to answer.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want me to engineer a solution.
Yes.
They just want to talk. So then I was like, all right, that sucks is a pretty good one about that one then. And then since then, I wouldn't say I haven't grown, but I haven't really, I haven't gotten myself into many situations like that.
Hey, I guess that sucks really does.
I'm just trying to think.
I feel like you're sitting in the mud with them.
Yeah, like, is there any other situation? I'll be honest, I'm a little bit confrontational, but I don't really get into many fights with Joyce. And
I don't think happy couples should get in many fights anyways, so that's a good thing.
Like, I don't think we are sad a lot, if that makes sense. As in, like,
personally,
I'm almost never sad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sad when something shitty happens, but it's kind of like, I'll deal with it. Like, I don't need someone else to be sad with me. And then that's the same with her. Like, if she's sad about something, she'll rant a little bit, but then she'll like, I'll deal with it. Like, there's nothing anyone else can do. But in general, too, like, I'm almost never, I won't say never, like, I might be sad maybe like once a month, maybe.
Sounds like a lot.
Or like half an hour. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's just something stupid that happens, right?
Like what? Give me an example.
Like, I fucking spilt my food or something. I'm like, fuck, goddammit.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
pretty
minuscule.
Sad. That's not minuscule. That's pretty.
I wouldn't
depressing.
even say that's what the fuck. I wouldn't even say that's sad. I'd be like, oh, this is an inconvenience.
Or like, you just have like a day that just everything just doesn't work out, and you're just like, oh, that's fucking terrible.
One inconvenience after another.
Yeah. But I don't think I've ever upgraded from that sucks though. I can't think of a better one. What would you say if you were a guy?
I mean, I think I would say a lot more, but
like, okay, if I'm the girl, you're the guy, and I just told you a sad story. Like, she fucking did this, and I don't know what girls complain about nowadays.
How does that
she took a picture at a bad angle and posted it on Instagram or some shit.
Why don't you talk to her about it?
Is that what you would say as a guy?
Probably.
Wouldn't the girl go ape shit?
I mean, I would say that as myself too. I'd be like, oh
dude,
yeah.
I feel like every other girl would be like, shut the fuck up. It'd just be like,
I'd be like, okay, well, how does that make you? Something I say often whenever anyone tells me anything about their emotions, I say, how does that make you feel?
Nah, dude, it doesn't work. I don't know.
Because they could be complaining about, okay, she did this, they did this, blah, 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 blah. No, but that still doesn't really tell me how you feel or how that makes you feel, per se. So I'd be like, oh, how does that make you feel? And then my next one that I usually say is, okay, why don't you talk to the person involved about this?
Okay. I really wish one day you could be in a guy's shoes and say that to a girl and not get your ass fucking chewed out.
Why? Wait, I say this to guys and girls. Like, dude, these are very
as a guy telling
as fuck stuff
as a guy telling your significant other. I feel like they'll chew me out for that.
Really? I feel like asking the part about how does that make you feel shows that you're being empathetic and giving them attention towards how they're feeling.
I think the second
acknowledging their emotions.
I think the second part they'll fucking destroy me for it.
I think.
Why don't you do something about it, bitch? Is that what you expect me to say? Huh? Why don't you just go and fix your fucking problem, bitch?
Okay, well, maybe that might be the reaction I get from some people too.
Every guy knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Perhaps it's because if you say, if I said, why don't you talk to them about it first? I feel like that wouldn't be acknowledging their feelings enough. And I feel like that would sound like you're going straight to solutioning. But if I find that if you acknowledge your feelings first in some way, then you can try and say like, okay, so how do we move past this, or how do we fix this situation? But as long as you do the feelings part first, I think that's key. Okay,
so I don't think. So I think it is important, but I feel like you still get shitted on because girls expect you to know how they feel already after the.
Okay, well, these people are bad communicators. You just tell them to lose your number.
So it's true. Maybe it's like my past more immature relationships.
Oh yeah, right? I would see that too.
But I feel like most guys my age have probably a little bit more experience with that than the alternative as of now. Right? Like, yeah, once you're older, you've been with the same person for a while, then you have more of those years of experience with someone more mature. But if you tell anyone that's like fucking sub 25 these advice, they're gonna get their ass chewed out by the girl.
Really?
I think so, at least.
I really believe that if you pay attention to their feelings first, because they're essentially sharing because they want to be heard in some way.
Right.
If you acknowledge their feelings in some way, then whatever you do afterwards, like, won't be that bad. Because you're still trying to care for them. But it will at least make them feel heard.
You don't think sometimes they just want to, like, just rant?
Yeah.
And,
but
like, not even say anything about that shit?
As long as you acknowledge their feelings first, that acknowledges their need to rant.
So you don't think that sucks is perfect for that?
I mean...
I acknowledge you're in a shitty situation.
Yeah,
I agree. That sucks. And from then on, we can speak of other things.
Fucking guess. You're like, that sucks. Anyways, what do you want for dinner?
Yeah. No, actually, yeah. Maybe it's more. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's a bit more communication. I mean, I'm like right now. I don't do that with my current girlfriend stuff.
What would you do
right now? I mean, we would talk a bit more about it, like the situations about it. I like to wrap my head around the whole situation first, right? And then I'm like, I would avoid giving any advice. Typically, I'm like, she doesn't need that. I assume. She wants advice. She can ask me specifically which advice.
You're like, I don't want to get in trouble.
She requires. Yeah. I mean, there's different conversations. There's conversations where I do give her advice, but those are very like directed.
Yes.
It's like, hey, we're talking about fucking engineering here. I can give you advice. Or like, we're talking about this thing I did that you haven't done yet. I can give you advice on that, right? But when it comes to those like, let's say drama type of shit, I'm like, you're on your own here. Like, I don't fucking know shit about drama.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I'm always so straightforward. I was like, just say what you mean and mean what you say. And if everyone did that, everyone's good, right? But then I know girls and family is usually different. I say family because there's always like family drama where they do that. Oh, yeah. But it always spawns from a female. Like, if you have a bunch of uncles, they're just fucking chilling, just probably drinking beer, doing whatever.
I know some people that are pretty dramatic that are guys.
They're probably dramatic around girls.
No, they cause drama because of who they are.
Between guys?
Yeah, in my opinion.
That's weird. Like, for me, like, if it was just me, my brother, my brother-in-law, and we were just hanging out, there'd be zero drama, ever.
Oh,
just
really?
Be like, let's just do whatever, right? But once
agree,
girls
most of the drama's from girls.
Yeah, once the girls get in the mix, it's like, you see how he looked at me? I was like, no, I didn't actually.
I don't fucking care. Maybe he didn't look at you at all.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm very anti-drama.
Me too.
I always like.
You know how you say?
No, actually, no. I actually don't think you are anti-drama.
Really?
I don't think you start drama, but I feel like dramatic people come to you with drama.
I think I talk to too many people.
Yeah,
and so maybe. That's why I know about and then involved in drama sometimes.
Like, for me, I feel like it's gone to the point where people are like, I don't even want to talk to him about drama because he's not going to care about it. You know what I mean? Like, for me, my life's gone to the point whereas I feel like even my friends won't talk to me about drama.
I think that's me too.
Because I'll just tell them, I was like, that's fucking stupid is probably what I'll say to them, right? So then they don't even come to me about that drama.
I think that's me too. Because to a point, I'll be like, you know, I don't want to hear about this gossip. It's hurting my brain.
Yeah, I just don't want to get...
this sounds really messy. I don't want people to know that I know, so don't tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a little bit of tea sometimes here and there, but I wouldn't go and like fetch it.
Yeah, me too.
But then I also feel like I may have created my own reputation where people will specifically not even come to me about that shit.
Isn't that nice though?
I mean, it sucks because like sometimes I'm not in the loop when something happened. Like someone will tell me, it's like, oh, this person had a child with this person. I'm like, I don't even know they knew each other. Or like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know shit about you guys or anyone because no one tells me shit ever.
I feel like that's starting to become my life too because people stop telling me all this like stuff and I like it.
Oh yeah? Like,
yeah, because I'm like,
that's been
I don't need to know.
That's been me for the last 10 years. Like, people don't come to me for drama.
Yeah, because for me, I like it personally because I'm like, okay, well, if I don't need to know, then clearly I don't need to know.
Yeah. Like,
then clearly you're like not. Yeah, I just don't need to know.
Except for my group of like best friends. If someone was, say, like even a close friend, not a best friend, and something happened with them in their life, they would never tell me about it because then they just know that I don't give a shit about the drama. I'm like, it's kind of sad because I do want to know about, you know, my friends' stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, that's the exact reason I didn't go on social media.
I can see that.
Is to not know about that stuff.
I can see that.
So then it would be counterproductive if I went and learned about that stuff.
That makes sense.
If I forced my way into that stuff. Now, if someone like talked to me in passing or like whatever about it, then I'm like, okay, this is what it is, right? But I feel like people don't come to me for that reason. Is that I just don't. One, I don't know many people, but two, it's like it's not. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not relatable with any of that.
I feel like that's for me too, especially with I'm like bad at texting. I don't respond to a lot of people, so people stop reaching out to me.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes I like to know some of the stuff, but not that crazily. But sometimes like our mutual friends would specifically text me and be like, oh, I know you don't have social media, so this is what's going on or shit.
Well, that's kind of cool.
No, like that's rarely. Like what? Okay, so another thing that's happening with my life recently. Okay, let's I'll catch up a little.
Yeah.
Bit. Okay, so
and in your life,
I had my New Year's resolution. This happened a little bit faster than I wanted to, but that's okay. The New Year's resolution was I want to do like the bucket list thing was I want to do a project car. The New Year's resolution is I'm going to do some more DIY stuff so that I can get ready for one. And then I just past weekend bought a project car. So I'm straight into it now. But I realize that people don't use Kijiji anymore. I usually always use Kijiji. But
what do people use? Facebook Market?
Yeah, everyone uses Facebook Market. It appears so. Like, so if I see like 3 or 4 posts for this thing on Kijiji, there'll be like double or triple that number of posts of those similar items.
Don't you have? You don't have Facebook.
I do. I just never use it. I thought I deleted it, but apparently, I finally found out why I reactivated it. For my Philippines trip. Okay, actually, it was 2 things. I think one, I was buying something like a while ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago on Facebook Market, and they needed a real account and not just some phony account. So I was like, "Fuck, I gotta go back on my Facebook so I can go buy this thing from Facebook."
I still have you on Facebook,
but I thought I deactivated after that because after that, anytime I need something for Facebook Market, I would tell my sister or Joyce to like contact the person and like go and grab it for me.
Okay.
Because I was like, I don't want to go on it again.
Yeah.
But apparently, I never deactivated from that. But also, I reactivated because I had to book this thing from. Remember, my Philippines flight was like really fucked up. So I had to book my Philippines.
Facebook.
Philippines. Yeah. So okay. So Philippine Airlines to go through their customer service, you have to go through Facebook.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So then I had to rebook my domestic flight. So I had like literally chatted with them on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
And then they fixed it for me there.
Oh, interesting.
And then I also never deactivated since then. But then recently I was like, fuck, I gotta buy some car shit from Facebook Market. I gotta go on again. Because apparently you can't just have like a random account. I assume it's frowned upon to have a random account, right?
So it feels like you just can't get away from Facebook, huh?
I went on and then I see these messages from people from like years ago. And there's one friend had this long message about something and wanted me to like ask my sister about something. I was like, oh fuck, that was like fucking almost 3-4 years ago.
Did you respond to it?
No, because I just saw it. Like I just saw
man,
it.
Sorry for the reply. I was taking a nap.
So I was like, oh, I'm never fucking responding to this. And I see a couple more other ones. And then the other one I did see was like my friend asked me to come to a party. And then later he texted me. He's like, oh, I think I found out that you don't have Facebook. So yeah, when you like, he texted me like on Thursday. He's like, oh, we actually have a party on Friday. We want you to come to. I was like, I can't come. But yeah, so then I finally got that back, and then now I can buy stuff on Facebook Market, but I barely like to use it because I only like to use it on my desktop. I don't want to sign on to social media on my phone because I feel like that's where I don't want Facebook to know where I am, and I don't want to. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with it. But yeah, that's how I found out that everyone uses Facebook Market now instead of Kijiji now.
How interesting!
So I was like, fuck, I wanted to buy some shit, and now I have to go on this social media platform again.
I would have deleted my Facebook a long time ago if it wasn't for my fucking dad's side of the family keeping in touch only on Facebook.
I mean, now I can't. Now that I know that I need to use Facebook Market, I can't even fucking delete it. I actually need to use it. And I can't just like, I guess I could delete like all the photos except for one so they know it's a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like,
I feel like having your photo and also at least some friends on there, like, makes it.
Yeah. I mean, also
legit.
like history. Like I've had it for like whatever amount of years. So then they know, oh, this isn't a fake person. Unless they're playing the long game. It's not.
One day I'll scam somebody.
I mean, it's crazy. You can make like 20 accounts like 20 years ago. Right now, it's probably worth a lot. As in, like, you could use it to do nefarious things.
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, that's been my life. I mean, it's been nothing but busy now because I've had to buy so many things. It's not so the car works, it runs, but there's a lot of upgrades I want to do to it, and it's good because I'm gonna learn a lot of shit, and then I'll have an extra car now. So
how often are you gonna work on it?
Every weekend, probably. I hope at least. So like this last weekend, remember that knock sensor I told you about that switch? I changed it on Friday. It was a pain in the fucking ass. It took me 3 hours.
Oh my god.
Like I have all these scratches on my hand from it. It's so annoying. But yeah, it'll be fun now. Now that I have,
wear gloves while you do it.
It's just scratches through. It doesn't matter. Like it's even tighter.
Isn't there like scratchless gloves?
No. You don't understand unless you've done it. You don't understand.
Oh, okay.
Like it's such a tight fit for your hand.
Oh, I see.
That like even if you wore gloves, it's gonna like still pierce your.
Oh, I see.
Right. So
I'd imagine the people that work on this stuff all the time have some sort of solution for it instead of consistently scratching up their hand, though.
Yeah. They do. They take up. Well, I mean, you could take apart half the engine just to get to this one part, or you could do the lazy way, which everyone does on YouTube.
Oh shit! Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the lazy way, but the lazy way still took a lot of time. But it's good now because like, not now, but in the next say like 3 months, because I haven't put insurance on or registration on it yet. Because I'm just fixing it, so I don't want to pay for it. And once it's good and running, and I like how it's going, then I can swap between the cars. So then I can work on my daily a little bit, fix minor stuff, and then go back to my.
That's what you're thinking of doing in the moment.
Right now, it's just doing all these like little stuff I want to do on the car.
Like to switch back and forth eventually, instead of just selling it.
For now, yeah. Because yeah, for now, I think I don't know. Like I think I'm gonna put a pretty decent amount of work into it. The only problem with that I will have in the future is just space. Like I just don't have a place to put it. So I don't know. Maybe have to look at some other alternative thing. But that's like a future problem. I mean, like I didn't want it to stop me from doing this. Like I feel like I've always made so many excuses my whole life. Now I don't have an excuse because back then I didn't work on my car as much because I always had to use it for work.
Yeah.
I also for some reason had like a thought where it's like some of the car guys were like super annoying back in high school. So I don't want to be like these annoying fucks who are like spending like $20,000 on their parts and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like seems like a very expensive hobby. But now I have less of excuse because like I can't afford it. I didn't buy a very expensive car. And the parts are a bit more expensive, more rare. So I have to like be a bit more just MacGyvering some of the stuff, which is what I like to do anyways. And like I said, I have the money for it. It's just the space now. And then I think my other excuse back then was like I never had like garage space to work on it. But I think come this summer it's gonna be better because like I'm just gonna permanently put it in my garage just to work on it and stuff. Like I'll find a way to switch back and forth with my dad's car. So I was like, okay, no more excuse. I've always wanted to do a project car. This is the one. It might not be my only project car in my life, but I just want to do at least one project car in my life. So yeah, so then that's why I decided. And then it was just like luck that my sister's friend was selling at the time. He sold it to me for a really good price.
That is a really good price.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap, and it was just like I feel like you just don't have to think as much. So like when you buy it used from a random person, you gotta like think about all these things they may or may not have done.
But you can at least trust this person.
I can at least trust them that if something went wrong with it, they didn't know about it either. It wasn't something they were hiding. Right, like they told me what they could tell me about the car. They sold it for me a really, really good price. They told me like these are the issues they know about, but like I can't expect them to know that there's a leaky thing on this side of the engine if they've never been into that part of the car to like fix anything, right? So like there was no ill intent of hiding anything.
Yeah.
Right? So that's good. Like when you buy from random people, I can see how they can like.
Oh yeah, because you might never talk to them again.
Yeah. Whereas this is like a really good friend of my sister, right? So it's like. There is motivation on their side to not lie, right? Yes. Obviously, because they know my sister and stuff. And then there's motivation on my side to like trust them if they say no, right? Because, yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. I've been super busy. I've pretty much been working on that. It's just like I've watched so many videos on how to fix certain things and how to switch certain parts, and then I've been like buying a bunch of parts and shit. So
it must be so much fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's exciting. It's not like it shouldn't have been priority number one, but like it just fell on my lap. So I was like, okay, I should just kind of roll with it.
Yeah. Well, at least you get one of your resolutions.
Yeah.
On the way.
Yeah. So Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that, but that's all I've really been doing. Other than this weekend, because of Chinese New Year's, it's been so busy. Like, I don't know about you, but like we had to clean everything. And
oh yeah, I've been cleaning a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, later when I get home, I'm gonna purge my closet.
Oh yeah, nice.
Something I do every year, and throughout the last few years, I feel like there's less and less to purge because I'm more intentional with the stuff I buy.
Yeah.
In knowing that I'm gonna wear this for a while, but I still feel like there's probably some clothes that I can, at least probably one or half of a garbage bag full of clothes that I could probably throw away or donate specifically.
I have also been almost using a new pair of socks every day.
Wow.
Not new, not brand new, sorry. Like a different pair of socks every day. Like,
what does that mean?
It's not new as in like it's not a brand new pair of socks.
Oh, like you didn't like open it from a package type of thing.
It's like,
but like new as in clean.
Washed.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But not okay, so like the days I don't do it, for example, is if I didn't do anything that day.
What do you mean, like you didn't even leave the house?
Like I may have left the house for like 2 hours and I just came home. And then I'm just been at home the whole day. The rest of the day.
Progress.
Shut the fuck up. I think that's fucking okay. I feel like you're not doing anything, okay? If I work out or if I climb, I always change the socks now, which is almost every day.
I'm surprised you didn't do that before.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it before.
Do you have?
I only did it when I ran, remember? It was only when I was
running. Do you ever smell your feet?
Yeah, they smell fine. I don't sweat a lot from my feet.
Oh, I see. Makes sense.
So they smell perfectly fine when I smell them. For example, okay, another example is like volleyball days. I have a different pair of socks for volleyball, and then a different pair for the rest of the day. But I also switch on that day down too.
Amazing.
I've been trying. It's just the hard part is like the days where I'm literally at home for like 90% of the day. Like I literally went out to pick something up, and then I came home, and then I'm just at home doing shit the whole day.
Amazing.
Then I'm like, I feel like I can reuse this. I literally didn't do anything with this pair of socks. Yeah, but it's kind of annoying. So now progress. I actually have to like find all my pairs of socks in the dryer, match them up, and like put them in a bundle because I can't just like in the past I've always just last minute found them because I've always just like grabbed.
You know what's really convenient? Eventually, to start buying all the same type of socks.
Oh, I have.
Then you never have to be like, where's this other Superman sock? Where's that pink sock? And you literally just have to find a left and a right, and you just put it together.
That's true. That's what I've been doing a lot with my Costco Puma socks. But I do have a drawer full of socks because, I don't know. Some people just think I like socks as a present because I'm very practical. Oh,
I like socks too.
But I mean, I had a lot from back then, so I've just never used it all. Because I also don't throw away socks until there's a hole in it.
Yeah, or it's worn out.
No, just until there's a hole in it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. I guess when the elastic's really bad, I also maybe throw them out, but that's because it keeps bunching when you use it, like on the bottom.
How do you organize your socks? Like when you pair a left and a right together?
Yeah.
How do you put them together?
You just fold them over each other.
Okay, so I used to do that too.
Yeah. Is there a better way?
I know some people that literally just like fold their socks together, not like flip it inside out, so they're like literally bundled together because one is like literally over the two.
Yeah.
But they'll just put them together and fold it in half and place it into the drawer, like they're placed like that. I think I know 3 people that do that. Really? But everyone else I know would put the socks together, use one of the openings, flip it over both of them so they're like in this little ball together. I thought that was the common way, which I think is still common, but I just didn't know there was another way, which is literally just to fold it together.
I'm still surprised people fold their laundry.
Really?
The pile's great.
Oh my god. I could never.
I have a pile of clothes that I wash every week. It's just my gym clothes, my gym shorts, my underwear, and then every week that same pile just gets recycled. I'm
thinking of changing my closet to create another couple bars so that I don't have to fold anything.
Oh, so you just hang everything?
Yeah. Because for me, majority of my closet is folded. And I think I'm pretty good at folding, and it's very clean and organized still.
Isn't folding kind of annoying?
But I think it just takes a lot longer to do my laundry if I'm folding over hanging.
I think my life's great. I just have a pile. It's a great pile. I mean, what's the difference of a folded and a pile? It's just aesthetics, right?
It doesn't get wrinkly.
I mean, yeah. If you wear a black shirt, does it really matter?
I mean, I guess so.
Or if you wear a lot of dark colors,
it's more organized too, I would say. Organization and how you keep your clothes.
That's true. Honestly, if I had my own place, I would have a chair in my room and I'd just pile that with clothes. It would be my clothes chair.
Inside your closet, right?
somewhere in my room.
What about your closet? What are you gonna do with your closet?
Oh, so like I do hang like nice clothes.
Oh, okay.
Like my polos and or like clothes that I only occasionally use.
Yeah.
And nice clothes. Those I hang.
Okay, so that takes up all your closet space.
Yeah, and then my like daily clothes, like all my underwears and shit, I just throw it all in a pile, and then when I need one, I just walk to it, grab one, and I go to the washroom. And
you don't have drawers?
I have one for socks, and then I have one for other clothes, like shirts.
Yeah,
but it's only in there because I don't use them often.
Oh, I see.
My most often clothes are in the pile because they get
washed. Why
washed
don't you purge the clothes that you don't wear often?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I feel bad because these fucks keep buying me shit. And I was like, what do I do with the shirt I'm already wearing? And then I guess I was donating some of them, but it's like, I like the shirt I'm wearing. Like, I don't want to like switch it out now. But I'll probably start switching them out more often now that I'm going to work on the car a bit more. I probably need some more regs. But I still feel bad. It's like someone bought me this shirt. And I'm just going to cut it up and use it as a reg. Like, that's not right.
That's true. You can wear it a few times and then cut it up.
I mean, like, even my Philippines trip, I bought like 3 shirts. Like, I feel like I barely can get that into my weekly cycle.
Oh my god, yeah. I only see you wear it in like special occasions or
like,
random
hangouts. This might sound weird, but like literally for work, which is Monday to Friday, I wear the same thing almost every day.
Yeah, volleyball, same thing.
My dress pants and my polo and a sweater. I wear those every day to work, and I feel like it's not weird to wear that every day to work. And then volleyball, I have 2 red shirts and one in my shorts, and they don't break, so it's like it's still working. And then the only time I can cycle clothes in are on the weekend. So it's like, how many shirts do I actually need?
Yeah,
like 2, but I have like fucking 18.
You're right.
So it's like I'm never gonna wear these.
You're set for life.
I think so too, personally, but other people don't agree.
I don't agree for myself, but I think for you, you're set.
I think so, at least. I mean, now I can use more. Like I have a lot of specialty clothes. That's the weird thing, right? But I use them for special reasons.
Yeah.
Like I have my coveralls. I use them for working on shit.
Yeah.
But all these shirts, goddamn, I have so many. And I used to be a hoodie guy back in like school, so I have a bunch of hoodies now.
What do you wear in the winter? You never wear hoodies?
Just go jacket, just shirt, t-shirt, jacket.
What if you don't like layers?
I just get cold. What do you mean? Like, you just get cold and you sit in a warm room and you get warm.
What if it's not enough? You never want layers?
Like at work, I have my work sweater.
And at home?
And I'm usually like half naked at home.
Oh, okay. Well,
and when I go to my friend's house, it's like pants and shirt. Like, what
guess you never need a sweater then. What if your friend's house was a little chilly?
I feel like what I think is chilly and what other people think is chilly is different. So I'm usually okay with that with most things.
Oh, okay.
Like I work in a trailer right now, so it's always cold. So I was like, it doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm always naturally cold. Like right now, I'm like cold.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah, so I'm like always naturally cold. So I'm kind of like.
I feel like I'm naturally cold too, but right now I'm warm. I'm like normal.
Like here, this is my feet.
Holy shit!
That's my natural temperature of my feet.
Yeah, this is mine.
Yours is kind of cold. No, yours is cold too.
Yeah, but I'm wearing socks.
So
that's crazy.
But you're still colder than me, but you're wearing socks and we're in the same room.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I don't know. All right. Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. This was our catch up. I think next week we'll probably do like a Chinese New Year's things, and then we'll start getting guests back on.
Yeah.
We had some prospects of guests, but I think we've both been busy, so it's kind of hard to get that going. I've been very addicted to this whole car thing I'm going on right now, so I'm on a path, on a journey. But I think it's different. Like I want to call I don't want to call myself a car guy because I don't think I am. Because
I feel like you are a car guy, but in a different way.
Yeah, like I'm like a fucking I'll maintain your Toyota Sienna car guy, not like I want to mod your.
You're down to the actual like mechanics and science behind a car. I feel over car guys are down to
how it looks,
how it looks, and the performance. In that sense,
that's the weird thing. Is like for me, performance.
It's slightly different. I feel
like performance the moment Tesla came out with their car, I was like, you can't beat this. Like, you can't have an internal combustion engine that can go faster than this Tesla Model Y or shit. Like, there's nothing you can do. I cannot outperform this with any car I can work on.
Yeah.
So at that point, I gave up on performance. I was like, I just want fucking best fuel efficiency and super reliable.
And to learn.
Yeah.
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 Whereas I feel like other car guys don't do it specifically. No, I wouldn't say that.
No, I think they do to learn, but I think it's more like they want cooler shit.
The outcome of what they get from it, it's slightly different.
Yeah, that's true. All right, anyways, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys some other time.
Thanks, guys. Bye.